Hello everyone, Dice here. Just yesterday, I let you all know in a short about keeping your eyes open for news this week about Danger Gal Dossier. And well, TaleSpire Games delivered in a bigger way than I expected. This video started out as just a normal news short like you're used to from me, but there's just too much here to go over. To give a little bit of info about what Danger Gal Dossier is for those who aren't aware, it's the next upcoming book for Cyberpunk Red. We just got Black Chrome, and now this is the next one coming up, which is an NPC and faction guide. We've also had the direct number of factions given, which is a total of 17. Thing is though, we're getting over 100 new NPCs with stat blocks. That's a lot bigger than I expected it to be when it came to this book. And, knowing TaleSpire Games, art. I'm sure we're going to get a ton of art. They have stated too that we're going to be getting guidelines for making our own NPCs at all levels, even hardened versions. And just to make sure it's said, hardened NPCs are used when you've got players who focus heavily on deep optimization of their characters. You know, a way to give a challenge to min-maxing. Back on topic though, they do state in their announcement of an adventure in the book as well. So, we're getting a solid lore guide this time around. Some people have already made allusions to Edge Runners Inc. from the 2020 era. TaleSpire Games has released information though around the writers involved, namely those who were brought in to help bring this book to light. The list of writers is staggering from the diversity of their backgrounds and experience. We've got folks like David Ackerman, who has worked with TaleSpire Games since the 90s, all the way up to familiar faces like Linda Evans, who is also known as Druttercup in the TaleSpire Games Discord, and Arrowsmith, the GM of the No Latency podcast, and the artist behind the Mini Morgan pixel art from Black Chrome. I didn't know that until he actually pointed it out. It caught me off guard. You see it alongside Digital Gladiator. I'm a sucker for pixel art, so it was a neat little thing to see and know. There is more here though than just the writers. Each have their own crew of NPCs that they've wrote for. For example, Noura Ibrahim, who you've seen play alongside Mike Pondsmith himself, worked on a crew called Team Monster. Arrowsmith got to work on the Bozos. And heck, Miss Magitek herself, Tracy, got to work on Net 54's team. We've got mention of 6-3, Generation Red, Maelstrom, Piranhas, Tiger Claws, and something called the Danger Gal Puma Squad. We'll be getting some information on Nomads too, about a pack called the Sightseers. I know a few people always ask about High Rider Nomads, but I don't think that's what those might end up being. There are also hints that there are some surprise factions in this, and I have zero clue where that could be coming from. The whole news post is linked below, and I recommend giving it a read as it has the background and resume of every single writer and more. I'll also put some links to the podcast mentioned too, just so you can easily find them as well. This is cool to me, because it goes in line with how TaleSpire Games has started to include players and writers even more in their work. We just had John John's DLC last month, and now we have even more people brought into the mix to help flesh out the world of Cyberpunk Red. Tabletop games are a collaborative storytelling experience, and it looks like RTG is doubling down on that in a real cool way. We don't have a release date yet, keep that in mind, but I'm still trying to figure out ways to get my players to buy gunmart weapons from Black Chrome, so I'm not in a rush. I know we're going to be getting this soon. Take care everyone, and I hope you find yourselves a good table.